What's up, ladies and gentlemen of the internet? How are you guys doing? Today, we're gonna discuss bike computers made by Wahoo. They make the Wahoo Elemnt Bolt and the larger, bigger brother, the Wahoo Elemnt Roam. And I'm not going to go into every single detail of each device, but I would like to talk a little bit about their actual physical differences, the price difference, and what features you get for that significant price jump. And I'll give you my opinion on who I think should consider each device. And Wahoo is a super cool company. They're based in Atlanta, Georgia. They're probably best known for their indoor bike trainers, but they do make some really fantastic bike computers. However, Wahoo did not send me any of these devices for review, and they're not sponsoring this video. Wahoo would probably be just a little bit cooler if they did actually go ahead and sponsor these videos, but they don't get to see any of this footage. They don't get to review any of this video before you guys get to see it and it goes live on YouTube. Now, Wahoo claims that the Wahoo Elemnt Bolt is the most aerodynamic bike computer on the market. You know, I don't know if I love that concept, but I do love the seamless bike mount that comes with this particular product when you purchase it. It just looks so smooth and so clean on the front end of your bike. And what I find interesting about this computer is that it does have extremely fantastic visibility and very high contrast. So if you do angle this bike computer at different angles off the front of your bike, you should still be able to see it pretty clearly. And in theory, if you get your bike computer kind of as aerodynamic as possible, really kind of at a 0-degree angle from the wind as you're pointing it forward, the bike will be more aerodynamic. And the Bolt is a fairly small bike computer. It has a 2.2-inch display and it weighs about 62 grams. Now the Wahoo Elemnt Roam is significantly bigger. It has a 2.7-inch display and it has a screen resolution of 240 by 400 pixels of resolution and it weighs 93 grams. And both of these devices have a ton of similarities. They really do feel like you're using the same operating system when you switch back and forth between the two. They can both show Strava live segments. They can both lead you through a structured workout. And they can both be used to actually control your indoor smart bike trainer, which is super cool. And it's not necessarily just the Wahoo branded indoor bike trainers. I think you can also control like the Trax Neo, potentially some other devices like that. But if you're using your bike computer for some of these more advanced features, or at least different use case scenarios, you might consider the larger screen size just so you can actually see some of those workouts and see some of those different details. And the increased screen size of the Wahoo Elemnt Roam allows you to put 11 different data fields on a single screen, while the Bolt only allows for 9 different data types. Now the Roam also has a claimed 17-hour battery life compared to the 15 hours that's found on the Wahoo Elemnt Bolt. Both of those are fine for me. I definitely tend to avoid bike rides that are longer than 15 hours. The Roam also has 2 sets of LED indicators, one across the top, which is similar to the Bolt, but it also has another set of indicators along the side. And I love having these indicators to show stuff like percentage of FTP, miles per hour, or definitely like rear oncoming traffic when it's paired with my Garmin Varia radar. And the Roam itself was definitely designed to provide the user with much better navigation features. You're able to get back on track if you venture off a route. You're able to see with a lot more details the names of different streets and things like that. And it has that color map on this large display, which makes it a little bit more clear. And the material on the cover is Gorilla Glass, which should keep it safer should you like drop it face down or something along those lines. The Bolt screen is a monochrome, which is made of hard-wearing plastic. And while both screens have great visibility, I still have to give the edge to the Wahoo Elemnt Bolt when it comes to screen visibility. It just seems a little bit more contrasty and a little bit more clear. Now the Wahoo Elemnt Bolt costs $250, but I'm guessing you're probably gonna be able to find it for about $230. This device has actually been on the market for like 3 years now, and I'm curious as to when they're actually gonna update this one. And I think that's probably why you're able to find it on discount. But if you are looking to purchase one of these items, I'll definitely leave links below in the description of this video. If you're in the United States, definitely check out the Dialed Cycling Lab link. So the Wahoo Elemnt Roam cost $380, which is a significant increase in price. So price, screen size, those are the two most obvious differences between these watches. So who do I think each computer is for? And who do I think should spend the extra money to buy the Wahoo Elemnt Roam? Well, for one, I think users that are gonna use some of these extra features, power users, and people that are not necessarily sensitive to that extra price. We all have different levels of disposable income, and we all value our bike tools and toys slightly differently. So if you're strapped for cash and you wanna get the Bolt, you are not gonna be disappointed. I really think that it's a good device. And if you have a friend that has the Roam, I don't think you're gonna look over at their computer with tons of jealousy and just kind of be envious of other features that that particular device has. The next person that I think that should really consider the Wahoo Elemnt Roam over the Bolt is that cyclist that really leans heavily on the mapping features. Routing on the Wahoo Elemnt Roam isn't perfect, but the larger screen and the color display really makes navigating in a new city or a new town so much more easy. And I think that this is in line with what Wahoo would potentially say from their own marketing material, really helping distinguish between these two devices. So if you rely heavily on navigation features, I'd say go ahead and get the Roam. Lastly, I think that anyone that has visibility issues, someone that has a hard time seeing small text, they would definitely enjoy both of these computers just because you can zoom in and out on specific data. But having the larger screen would potentially help someone in that scenario. Okay, hopefully this video was helpful in being able to distinguish between these two devices. And if it was at all helpful, definitely consider subscribing to the channel. I'm always talking about swimming, biking, or running. And there's also a little notification bell down there somewhere that just allows you to be notified of whenever I post new videos. And I typically post new videos about once per week. All right, ladies and gentlemen of the internet, I really do appreciate you guys taking the time to watch these videos, and we will see you guys on the next one.